कहना, गहना का कहना, गहना का कहना, गहना का कहना, कहना, गहना का कहना, का कहना, गहना, गहना का कहना, का कहना,
Hi, welcome to the Gehna Ka Kehna show. We are in Delhi today on a summer hot day, but we are here with a bunch of girls at Women's Economic Forum 2018, and I met these lovely ladies who've come up with a book called Breakthrough. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll allow them to break through and tell us what exactly this book is all about. So over to you, Sindhu.
Thank you.
Tell me, how did this happen and when did this happen? And was it always an idea, something that you've been ideating for a long time, or did it suddenly come to you?
First of all, thank you to have us in this
Pleasure,
program.
pleasure.
It's wonderful to be here.
Thank you.
The idea came, it's a collaborative project,
Right,
and the idea is also collaborative.
true.
But at the same time, if you look into things,
Yeah,
synchronicity really exists.
yes.
So that's what happened between Anjali and me.
Yeah, and that's Anjali for you guys right there. Okay?
So, sitting in two different countries,
Hmm.
both of us were thinking the same thing.
First of all, where are you from?
I'm originally from India, but I live in Singapore. Have
Oh, lovely.
made Singapore my
lovely
home for the
place.
last 20 years.
Oh,
Thank you.
lovely.
Yes, it is.
I love the shopping at Orchard Street.
Yeah.
Take me
Everything is
along the
beautiful.
next time.
Yeah.
Coming back to your book.
So my thinking
Yeah.
was there's so much of power in women,
Right,
and we were all part of one group.
right.
So what can all these powerhouses bring
Yeah,
together?
Together.
So-
Under one roof.
Under one roof?
True.
And that's where
This
and
happened.
when you come to women economic forums, and today is the day of womenomics. Women
Yes.
are taking lead in so
I
many
like the
different things.
collaboration of the two words, the marriage,
Yeah.
womenomics.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that.
You should. So in the
Lovely,
era
yeah.
of womenomics,
Yeah,
we should tell the world
Yes.
that what we are capable of and what
Absolutely.
is women good at.
Yeah.
Women is good at collaboration.
Yeah.
Women always try to make sure that they bring a great outcome of
Yes.
everything that they
Yes.
do. And what happens when a few women come together?
yeah.
And
This is
that's
what happens.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
my idea. And
Yeah.
Anjali had an idea specifically about it should be a book.
Yeah.
And I had an idea it could be a book.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where we came together
Okay.
and started talking about what if
You
do
could
that.
possibly
This
do
was
with
in a
the
group.
book.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was in a group forum.
Yeah.
And then we suddenly realized that it's picking up momentum. All
Ah,
those
super.
powerhouses are getting the vibes,
Super.
and then they're doing.
So, you asked one question, what can women do?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
everything.
Everything. Exactly.
So I'll move the question to continue to Anjali now. Anjali, hi.
Hi.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see
I can see you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, tell me. So the mic is all yours.
So, once we started with this idea and we started floating it around, it was amazing. It's like manifestation at its best.
Yes.
Suddenly, we were getting yes, yes, yes from around the globe.
Right.
And we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so Sindhu and me put our heads together and we built a kind of a framework
Mm-hmm.
as to exactly how the book is going to go,
Yeah.
as to what everybody should be writing about.
Right.
So we sort of divided the whole book into 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
One was about everybody writing about their powerful life stories,
Right.
including what adversities they had to face
Yes.
and how
And
they
making them
bounced
into
back.
virtues.
Yes.
Yeah.
How they bounced back. then the second part is what they would like to tell to the world.
Mhm.
What were the learnings from their life that they
Right.
would like to relate? And the third part is a very powerful framework
Mhm.
to change the mindset and to follow the right mindset, which would lead to success and bounce backs and happiness
Right.
and growth.
Right.
And
Which
that
is the
what
ultimate
we have,
aim.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that is what we have been able to do together. You know,
Right.
all of us together here
Right.
as co-authors,
How
and
lovely.
so a wonderful collaborative effort.
Superb. And how did you weave these women together? Briefly.
So we just started sending WhatsApp, and we started talking to everybody we knew.
Okay. So those who
And-
showed an inclination and a natural interest
Absolutely.
are right here on my panel.
All right. Yes.
Superb.
And-
Amphitheater, as I call
And if
them.
I may add, we
Yes,
also
please.
look at the profile of people who were
Of
coming
course,
on board.
Of course,
We wanted
naturally.
to make sure that there is diversity in
Yes,
the group, and
yeah.
at the same time, we were also looking at diversity from different perspectives.
Right, absolutely.
In terms of their international experience,
Yes.
and in
Exposures
terms
and
of exposure,
experiences,
their
yes.
cultures,
Yes.
what they do. We
Yeah.
didn't want 10 bangers to come together.
Ah.
We didn't want 20 speakers to come together.
Yeah, yeah.
But all these women.
You wanted a buffet.
Yeah, we wanted real thought leaders
Yes.
who have
Right.
gone through life experiences
Right.
and who have made their life.
Right.
Yeah, going through.
Who live
from-
by example.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
and who has real lessons
Yeah.
from their experiences
Super.
and real proof out there to show to the world
Yeah.
that yes,
Yes.
I'm saying
I
this
made
from
a
this.
breakthrough.
Yeah, exactly.
And also
Bhavini.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
We also went around the world. We did
Huh.
not pick up people from one place.
That's
So
lovely.
that
I
is why
can see
it's
that. I
from
can see
women
the
around the
buffet
world.
here. So we'll pass the mic on. Bhavini.
Hello. So when I was contacted about this, I saw a real inclination, and I thought that there was something that I wanted to share with people.
Yeah.
Now I am sharing my life experience in this book, wherein I was almost at the verge of ending my career
Hmm.
because I was pregnant and I was jobless and I did not know what to do next with my
Right.
life.
Right.
That's when I got the idea about how to make a difference in the society wherein
Mhm.
women fall off.
Hmm.
You know, they leave their career behind
Yeah.
when they have to plan their family, when
Yeah,
they
we
have
are all
to
victims of that sitting
exactly, and this phase comes for everyone, and each
Everyone,
one of and
absolutely.
very few of them make it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they come up and they really have to struggle hard to.
Here. So true.
So that's when I decided to start working on my career and then eventually build two businesses, one
Mhm.
of which is an outsourcing firm
Hmm.
and the other one is a publishing house.
Uh-huh.
And 100% of my employees are women, and
Hmm.
they have flexible work hours, they have flexible pay models, they have work from home facilities,
Right.
and they have long leaves for their maternity.
Maternity.
So that's the kind of work culture that I wanted to bring in and
Yeah.
help as many women as I can.
Super.
So now I employ, we have actually changed lives of around 70 women.
Very nice. Keep it up.
Thank you.
On to the next 140. Yes, Tanya, if I am not wrong. Tanya,
You
right?
are correct. Thank you.
Tell me, how?
So-
What is your bit here?
My bit here is I met Sindhu last year at WEF, and then we kept in touch, and also many of the ladies who are here. And there was this love stream flowing all the time. It never stopped flowing. And when this idea came up, it was just yes, of course, why not? First of all, because I have a passion for writing, so
Sure.
that is my greatest passion.
Yeah.
And secondly, because being part of such a project makes all possible sense to me, because what I live is under the firm example that togetherness is exactly the path. No one in a world where we are all amongst human beings is alone. On the other hand, what I bring into the book is that isness comes to you alone. So it's a double
Yeah,
thing. So
Yeah.
mastery is a very lonely path.
Yeah.
You cannot achieve it with anyone else,
Hmm.
but you do achieve it together. So
Lovely.
it's a balance,
Of
it's
course.
a flow.
Absolutely.
Coming out of struggle mode, coming out of fighting, coming out of always trying to push,
Yeah.
and learning how to flow.
Absolutely.
That's my contribution.
Lovely. Pat.
So I'm Pat and I'm from the UK, and my particular passion is that I completely changed my career in my mid-50s.
Uh-huh.
I'd been a civil servant for over 30 years and then suddenly found myself very unhappy. And I thought, you know, you just shouldn't be unhappy at that stage of your life.
Absolutely not.
And so many women get to their mid-50s and they feel like they're disappearing, they're becoming invisible,
Yeah.
they lose their confidence. And so I got very passionate about changing what I was doing. I left the civil service, I became an entrepreneur, started up in business for myself, and now I want to inspire other women.
So that's how you're part of the book.
Yeah, that's how I'm part of the book, because by being part of this sort of thing, I can say to other women, you can do this.
Yes, I can, you can.
I can, you can.
Absolutely.
So that's-
On to you. I've forgotten the name.
Maggie.
Oh, Maggie, how can I forget it? Maggie noodles. I can never forget it. I love Maggie noodles. Okay.
I'm Maggie. I'm from Tasmania, which is the heart-shaped island at the bottom of Australia. Yeah, this one
Here.
here.
My heart is here.
And so my background was that I left it till quite late, but I married someone who was incredibly famous. And I allowed myself, in his sport, and I allowed myself to just become in his shadow. It was a pattern that I had
Most
done.
Indian women are victims of that.
Yeah, and you know what? And I just became in his shadow, and then I met Dr. Deepak Chopra, and I met.
Oh, you met him?
Well, I
Oh,
studied
wow.
with him, and I became his first meditation practitioner in the Pacific Rim.
Lovely.
And then after a year of studying with him, I spoke with him at the Entertainment Centre in Sydney. That was on the Wednesday night, and on the Saturday I asked for the divorce. Because I had this big black hole in the centre of my chest.
Sorry, we shouldn't laugh.
No, it was wonderful. Because honestly, you know, I'd made myself this doormat and I was just living.
Doormat, I like that.
Well, you know, we make ourselves this doormat.
We
We
do,
wonder
we
why
do.
we get
We
walked on.
specialise in it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's what happened. And then I just got strong
Yeah.
from my meditation and
Yeah,
working
from
with
within.
Deepak.
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't going to be easy because I had a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. But I remembered something too that John Gray said in his book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Yeah, yeah.
That a working woman today is doing her mother and her father's job.
Absolutely.
And a single working woman, she's either a miracle worker or she's crazy. So that's what I do. I called myself the working mother's mentor, and all the shortcuts that I've learned in stress management and helping myself with what I call the struggle with the juggle to make our life much easier.
So you
That's what I like
put
to share.
all that into...
And this is how I met Bhavini, because the reason I chose her to work with me 5 years ago was because she was a working mother who was still looking after her, managing to look after her children instead of having a childcare agency bring them up.
Absolutely.
And that was a deciding factor about why I chose
sweet.
Bhavini. And we worked together for 5 years, and truly my success is a lot to do with Bhavini. And then I only met her last
Getting it
year.
on camera, sweetie.
I only met her in
live
person
testimony.
at WEF last year, but we'd been working together for 5 years.
Oh, lovely.
Yes,
So
that's
lovely.
the story.
So in India, we call Mother India. Not from
Yes.
On to the next girl.
Hi, I'm Jasmine.
Jasmine, the flower.
Oh yes, absolutely. Beyond that.
Beyond that.
Right. I'm an educationist by profession, and almost a decade back, I had quit my growing career with IBM India, and I took that leap to become an entrepreneur. And so, women empowerment was, one idea which was very, very close to my heart. When I talk about women empowerment, so it's more to do with women who are working, who are also who have just delivered the baby, and they have their passion of getting back into the workforce.
Right.
However, they do not have that kind of support system,
Yeah.
because these days it's all nuclear families.
Right.
There's nobody back home to look after their child, but they have their own aspirations.
Right.
So if a mother who's not satisfied, she will not be, as a parent, able to give her 100%, right?
She needs
So
to be
that's-
happy within.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was an idea, though this entrepreneurial journey had its own bounce backs and
100%.
its own,
100%.
yes. So
Yeah.
it was equivalent to, jumping off the cliff without carrying the parachute with me for the safe
And no
landing.
tandem jumper with you.
Absolutely. So, however, the only thing which kept me going was my very, very strong belief in the idea. And this is what I'm trying to, convey through my own chapter, from can I to I can.
Of course.
Because once you are so sure about, what is it that you want to be,
Yeah.
universe will fall into your place. You will
Absolutely.
have all the resources, you will have the setup, the entire...
Yeah. Things
so
will just
whatever,
flow and
absolutely,
follow.
it'll just fall into place.
Yeah.
So that was my whole idea, and I'm very proud to share that
Yeah.
within just 6 months of being into operations, my school was awarded and ranked as the top 10 preschools of the city.
Superb.
So it's all something, you know, which with so much of positivity and optimism, and I just went full throttle with that.
Lovely and well done.
Thank you.
Lynn, I remember your name.
Hi.
The photographer for my Insta photos earlier.
It's a pleasure.
Tell me.
Yeah, my name's Lynn Hope Thomas. I'm from the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's a little strange story of because it spans decades. As a child, at 9 years old, I tragically lost both of my twin sisters,
Oh my God.
and so that was an enormous grief.
Yeah. Sure.
I didn't realise, but what I buried inside and didn't express
Yeah.
manifested in my relationships
Yeah.
with my partners. So I've actually gone through quite a lot of the Me Too kind of stuff and
Yeah.
a bit of domestic violence, and I've had
Uh-huh.
to get divorced. But
Oh.
the interesting thing about it was I left UK and I went out to Australia, where I met Dr. John D. Martini, and he has this method, and it was the realisation of the lessons that these ex-husbands were actually giving me.
I like the choice of words.
It was incredible. It was like my spiritual awakening of
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
learning that actually it was what I'd buried. It was about the
Yeah.
grief. So I wrote a book, Breaking Through Loss, but the method can be used in so many different scenarios to help people. So my connection was, I was invited to WEF last year by Tanya. I went to WEF and I met Maggie and I met Sindhu and all these
The
other
entire
wonderful
bunch.
people.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to share that journey because I've had some very hard times.
Yeah.
And if other people are out there struggling, feeling, you know, you can be feeling really depressed, you can
Yes.
feel suicidal,
Yeah.
that there is always
Somebody
this wonderful,
there, yes.
wonderful opportunities to get you through it.
Absolutely.
I work in corporate.
Yeah.
I'm a business analyst. That's my career, but I'm trying to merge that now with the benefits that the method can bring within organisations. And one of those things is to try and hopefully speak and get larger corporates to take on board some of the social influence factors that they actually
Lovely.
would. No, it would help them, it would help the communities.
Absolutely. We're
and it
all
would
here
be-
to empower each other.
Yeah.
Moving on to last but not the least,
Yeah, hi, I'm Dr. Kuljit Uppal.
Kulji.
And I think I have a bug in my head.
Okay.
A bug that's extremely curious
Yeah.
and also stubborn to
Yeah.
learn. And I think I probably woke up in this world just wanting to pick every single thing that I could
Yeah.
in terms of my growth. I think over the years, I just kept adding on to myself.
Yeah.
And I started getting questioned in more recent years from a lot of people, in fact, that how do you manage to do so many things?
Yeah.
You know, and they're very diverse things.
Yeah.
Like I'm an image, I wear a few hats. I'm an image scientist, I'm a CEO and entrepreneur, I'm a pilot, I'm an author, I'm an educationist, I'm a creative director.
Do you need a
So
co-pilot ever? Let me know.
So amongst the very many things that I have done, and I just realized that probably people have not invested enough energy in actually introspecting and seeing whether they have the potential.
All of us.
So
All of us really.
my entire take on this was for the fact that people are so curious now to know how did you manage it.
Yeah.
And I just feel everybody can do it.
Of course.
It's just a matter of getting it right.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the initiations that brought me into, okay, I had my own journey,
Yeah.
and today whatever I've done and
Yeah.
what I've achieved is
Yeah.
all of that, but what can I deliver,
Absolutely.
you know, at my stage in life
Yeah.
to the younger crop
Yeah.
of not just India, but across the
Globally,
world,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
especially the young girls.
Yes.
What can I tell them so
Yeah.
that they also get inspired to look at their potential right from
Absolutely.
inside?
Yeah.
So my entire chapter actually revolves around having a rendezvous with yourself
Oh,
in one way.
beautiful. I love
So
the
you're
choice of words.
introspecting
Yeah.
and gauging what is your true potential.
Yeah. And
Are
waltzing
you willing
with
to give
yourself.
that 100%? Yeah.
And waltzing with yourself
Absolutely.
now. Aren't we all there?
Exactly.
Yes,
And
exactly.
saying I can do it. So
Yeah.
pretty much all of us echo the thought
Yes.
of we can do it.
We can.
But perspectives obviously will be very varied,
Yeah.
and that's what makes the book so beautiful because, as she
So
said
beautiful.
earlier, the dimensions that each one brings in
Yeah.
are so varied,
So
and so
varied.
overall they come as
Yeah.
a great
It comes
cumulative.
like a kaleidoscope of experiences, I
Absolutely.
would call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's all about
Lovely.
reaching out towards what you define as success in your own way,
Beautiful.
but just reaching out.
Beautiful. So before I let you girls go, I'd ask the Anjali to.
Sorry,
yeah,
one
yeah.
second. We have our own chapters also.
Yeah.
So if you, then nothing of ours is there.
No,
so if
that's
you could ask
okay.
the same question
Yeah.
to both of us also,
Yeah.
it would be wonderful.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Look, what does your chapter specialize in? But quickly,
Yeah.
quickly, we need to wrap up this capsule.
Yeah. So basically, for me,
Hmm.
it was not just about the chapter. It's not just the book, because I come to this project wearing too many hats.
Yeah,
I'm the publisher.
yeah,
I am one of the co-leads of
Yeah,
the project, and I'm also the writer. So
Yeah.
as writers, we had to look into two things. One is breakthrough engine, that's the framework
yeah,
of putting all this together, and
Yeah.
that's where we started originally, Anjali and
Yeah.
I, that
yeah,
this is the framework, and let's do this as an experiment with
Right.
others, whether it's working.
yeah.
And that's what happened. So in my case, I run a few businesses. One of that is innovation in education, because my forte is innovation. And second is publishing and book consulting. And third is coaching entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And before that, I was working as in the management consulting industry for global management consulting firms. So my chapter is all about that experiences, because when you have a great job, you will always doubt whether you want to start something.
True.
And when I started I started everything from scratch.
Yeah.
I started a lot of things where I had no experience,
Yeah.
whether it's publishing, whether it's book consulting, whether it is education.
Yeah.
And then I also run an international youth forum.
Yeah.
So these experiences did not come, or if I may, the successes did not come from everywhere. It just didn't have. It came from all the mistakes that I did.
Yeah, I'm
it
sure.
came from all the failures that
I'm
happened.
sure.
And sometimes people do think that, okay, I failed, let it go, let me
Yeah.
move to the next
Yeah.
thing. Sometimes
Yeah.
we have to persist and see
Yeah.
whether we can find a breakthrough.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
hold that thought. I'll do a one-on-one with you on
Yeah.
Gehna Ka Kehna, where I will be asking you detailed questions, maybe in Singapore, maybe in Mumbai, maybe who knows where. But we need to wrap this up very quickly. So in one sentence, when are you releasing this book? And about your chapter, we'll do a one-on-one.
Not a problem
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
We are releasing this book on the 30th of April.
Yeah, right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
Yes.
At
Look out
Taj
for it.
Dwarka. And so we want everybody to be there.
Superb.
Hooray!
Yay! So on that note, I'd like to say thank you to all these lovely ladies, all the very best. And like they say, rang lati hai hina patthar pe pis jane ke baad. So here we are, all women who have experiences under our belt and who want to now share those experiences to other
Shout
women.
breakthrough.
Thank you so much. Please read their book.
Breakthrough!